Hello and welcome to everyone who's watching. One of the big problems we have today is a problem that's been around for quite a long time but just become more obvious. If you are reading something, text, verses, and you're reading it from text and you want to present it to an audience, you need really to be making eye contact with your audience so that they are responding to you and you can respond to them. When you're doing it in church, you're reading from the lesson, you may be standing at a lectern, and sometimes it's not really very much of a problem because the lectern can actually hide your face to a certain extent. So when you're looking down to look at a text that you're reading, it's not quite so obvious. But if I do this now and look down at the text, you can see straight away that it's quite obvious what I'm doing. It's become more obvious as we are using video conferencing facilities like Zoom, like Skype, maybe like Meet and other versions around. The biggest problem is that the camera, whether it's the camera on your computer or whether, like here, I'm using a separate camera, in this case it's my mobile phone, it becomes more obvious because you're looking away from the actual camera. If you want to talk to your audience, you actually have to look at the camera, and that's quite difficult if you've got a text, you've got it to one side of you, you've got it in front of you, or wherever it is. What I have done is try to mimic what's called an auto cue. So what I've got is I've got on screen of the television in front of me, I've got the text I'm going to read. I also have an image of what the camera is recording on the screen as well. But essentially the camera is between me and the television, or to be more precise, it's between me and the text. Now clearly I can't look directly at the camera, but at least I can look pretty close towards the camera. So let's see how it goes. Okay, the lesson for today is taken from the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verses 2 to 6. In that day the branch of the Lord will be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of the survivors in Israel. Those who are left in Zion, who remain in Jerusalem, will be called holy, all who are recorded among the living in Jerusalem. The Lord will wash away the filth of the women of Zion. He will cleanse the bloodstains from Jerusalem by a spirit of judgment and a spirit of fire. Then the Lord will create over all of Mount Zion and over those who are assembled there a cloud of smoke by day and a glow of flaming fire by night. Over everything the glory will be a canopy. It will be a shelter and a shade from the heat of the day, and a refuge and hiding place from the storm and rain. Lord, thank you for the glorious hope you set before us. Help me to recognize the great canopy that you place over me in time of scorching heat or fierce storms. Amen. Now, I'm sure that's not perfect, but I hope that for most of that, whilst watching that, you got the feeling that I was actually talking to you. And that's what it's all about. The temptation is to do what you would do in a small group maybe, and you'd look down, you'd look away. Here, people are looking at the television screen, maybe their computer screen, and they would like to actually see you looking out at them and talking to them. And that's one way of getting around it. And another way is actually have it printed out and placed on a sheet beside the camera. That can work quite well, but the problem with that is that you are dependent then on just that single page. On this screen, although I have kept a single screen, I can use the mouse which is on the cushion beside me. I can use that just to scroll up and down the text. So in fact I can read from a much longer text should I want to. I hope you find that useful. Thank you.